guys are ready. Sarasota, Manatee, are you ready? How about the Manatee High drum line? About 5 minutes ago, Coach looked at me. He said, "Are you ready?" I said, "I'm ready. Are you ready?" He said, "All gas, no brakes. You guys are in for a show tonight." On behalf of Seminole Boosters, thank you for what you do for FSU and welcome to what will be a great night. There's been a lot of these tour stops, but only one of them is the hometown of the Florida State football coach. And I don't know if you noticed, but things have been going pretty well lately for Florida State athletics. How about that softball team this past week? Our beach volleyball team was national runners-up. The men's basketball team was in the Elite Eight. And we've got a great show on tap tonight, including not just one hometown favorite, but a couple who you probably have already said hello to, but I'll make sure that I point them out. So again, thank you for your support of Seminole Boosters. If you're not a booster, we can take care of that tonight. Trust me, we'll make you a booster, and it is great to be back here. Some of the special guests that I want to mention before I welcome our coach to the program here. First of all, members of the National Board of Directors for Seminole Boosters, Ernie Garcia and Jesse Vance are here. All I can see is spotlight, so I can't see where these folks are. You're in the corner, okay. From Seminole Booster staff, the Senior Vice President Mike Dasher, who many of you know, and also the Director of Development Billy Sexton and Kevin Smith. Kevin's based down in this area. I know a lot of you folks know him. Special thanks to the Sarasota and Manatee Seminole Clubs for all of your efforts in packing the house tonight. All of our event sponsors, a tip of the cap there as well. We appreciate your support of tonight's festivities. Maybe you met the amazing Ronaldo and Aaron Watkins, our circus entertainers. Big hand there. Also, Mr. Herbert Rainey Jim, the cultural coordinator with the Seminole Tribe of Florida. And I have no doubts that we would have a packed house regardless, because there's such enthusiasm right now for what Coach Taggart is doing. But the fact that Coach Taggart's family is here helped fill some seats as well. Wherever you are, Coach Taggart's family, welcome. He promises to be on his best behavior tonight. All right, I mentioned there's a lot of folks here. You guys know this gentleman. Some of you probably watched him play when he was at Bradenton Southeast. All of you watched him play when he single-handedly took down Virginia Tech in the Sugar Bowl. Peter Warwick, where are you? P-Dub! Pete. If you guys want to start a Peter Warwick chant, now's the time. Peter Warwick. Peter Warwick. Peter Warwick. All right. Pete, you'll get your moment Labor Day night when we go ahead and enshrine that jersey that night. All right. That said, let me introduce a couple of other local favorites here. First, a senior defensive tackle who's from right here in the Bradenton area, DeMarcus Christmas. And your Florida State football coach, Coach Willie Taggart. Coach, it was good of you to get your family to fill some seats tonight. We appreciate that.
Thought we were going to have a family reunion here.
Well, I mentioned, and you heard, obviously, you've done a few of these tour stops, and you've talked to plenty of folks already, but it's got to be a little extra special tonight back in your hometown here.
It's always great to come back home, and especially when leaving home, you always left and say, I'm going to represent back home, and being able to do that and continue to do that, and always want to make Manatee County proud and happy of one of their own going off and doing great things.
Tell us a little bit about this gentleman seated between us and how special he is for your program, DeMarcus Christmas.
Even before he even got to Florida State University, he was special. He was special because he was a Manatee Hurricane. I can remember recruiting DeMarcus myself, and I thought because I was a Hurricane I was going to have a chance to get it. But I fooled myself there a little bit. But DeMarcus has done a great job. He's come to Florida State, and he's done a great job on the football field, the classroom, getting ready to graduate at Florida State University. The most important thing that he's been able to accomplish, and I think he's such a great football player. He's a good football player who's going to have an opportunity to accomplish some of his dreams, goals, and aspiration. And but he's a better person, and that's something that I've been able to enjoy in my short time being here at Florida State. And I was really happy when he decided to come back to school and get his degree. I think we all know how important that is, and he's going to get his degree, and if the good Lord bless him to play in the NFL, that's going to be awesome. But for him to get his degree and have an opportunity to start his career is going to be huge.
Amen. So DeMarcus, for the spring game, we threw it back to the 90s, which was before your day, I realize. but not for many of us in this room. And lo and behold, you come out and there's 60,000 people in the stands. And you've been through a few spring games. What was that like?
Honestly, walking out there, I had to turn back around. Hey, you shoot for G Tech, not over there in the business locker room.
How important is it for you guys and all the team, all the players, when you see that kind of support?
Honestly, what's a team without the fans? What's a team without the boosters?
We hear the term family a lot, especially since Coach Taggart's arrived. There's been a lot of talk about family, the football family, the Florida State family. Explain what that is. What's that mean to you?
Family mean to me is starting with the trainers, the Seminole Dining, everybody who has a part with Florida State. Just wanted to say thank y'all, and family is being a brother's keeper, having their back, make sure they have yours, building trust and love.
Well said, well said. As you know, not everybody gets a chance to play college football on a scholarship. You've had that opportunity at Florida State. What does that scholarship mean to you, and what message would you share with the folks that help fund scholarships like that?
Honestly, I just want to say thank you for the ones that are paying for those scholarships. It means a lot to me. It's given me an opportunity to build a foundation for my family, being the first one to graduate from university. So,
congratulations.
Thank you.
Coach, what else would you like to add about your star defensive tackle here as we wrap things up with DeMarcus?
I mean, I think he's an example of what we all want out of our student athletes, and I told DeMarcus way back early in the spring, I say, when we do a tour back home, you coming with me, you know, and I wanted that because I know how important it is, you know, from here and back home, and we've had plenty of student athletes go off and do good things, and we have one of our own. And it's been a blessing for me to be able to coach him and have him here, and for us to be from the same spot. You know, I wanted him to come back and see all this and see all the support that he have, and how so many people are counting on him to do well and proud of what he's doing. And sometimes as a young man, you can get caught up in your daily life and not see and understand that. But I wanted him to see this, and it's a blessing. And I'm so excited that so many people came out here, and he's been able to be a part of this. You know, so that's big time. He's what you want. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of what he's doing on the football field, in the classroom, but very proud of the man that he's becoming, and he's going to be a guy that come back and give back to our community, give back to Florida State University, and have one heck of a career ahead of him.
All right. DeMarcus, we'll let you off the hot seat, but you can believe that everybody in here will be rooting hard for you as you enjoy your senior season. Best of luck to you this year.
All right, thank you.
All right. Coach, it's Monday night. They're ready to play ball. I mean, we got a few Mondays to go. We're ready to go, though.
That was a pretty good band. Where's that band from?
Your high school?
Oh, my bad.
All right, I asked DeMarcus this, but we threw it back old school to the 90s, and you were a big part of that. There were so many former players that were back. Obviously, there was the I Love the 90s concert afterwards. The end zones were painted up old school. What was that like to come out of the tunnel? Yeah, applause for the old school end zones there. I hear that. Your first time as Florida State football coach and see that crowd for the spring game.
That was big time. You know, I go back and I try to think back to all my interviews I did with the media or anyone, and I just remember not one time I asked anyone to show up at our spring game and watch our guys. You know, and for so many people to show up and watch our football team, and not only did they show up and show out, they had to pay to watch our guys go out and practice. You know, and that was really impressive to see so many people show up for that. You know, I remember I wanted our former players to be back. I wanted them to be around, you know, and I wanted Coach Bowden to be at the spring game, and Coach Bowden changed his schedule so he can be there. And I wanted Coach to be able to experience again, to come out in front of the crowd and everyone give him another round of applause. And not in a million years I expected for 60,000 to show up and be able to do that. And that was great to see when he came out, and to see everybody stand up and give him a standing ovation. And for me personally, the best moment was to see all of his former players go over and hug him and thank him for everything he did for them. And to me, that's what it's all about. That's what football does for people.
I mentioned it's Monday night. A few Mondays from now will be the first game that counts in the standings. Virginia Tech's going to be a national audience. How will it be different for you that night when you come out the tunnel?
They're going to have to hold me back. They're going to have to hold me back. I might have to jump on Renegade and run out there on the... it's going to be... It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. I can tell everywhere we've been, it's been a sold out crowd, and I can tell the passion and the excitement everyone has for that, for our season coming up. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna be excited. Our players will be excited. It's a tough opponent coming at home, but our guys will be ready, and they're coming to Doak Campbell, and we're gonna look forward to that.
And Doak's going to be packed, right? Let's talk a little bit about your staff. You had, among the many things you had to do when you were hired, you had to piece together recruiting with an early signing day. You had to go find your coaching staff, and some of them are guys that had been with you. Some of them are not, so you've had to get to know, I know you know each other on the periphery, but if you haven't worked together, there's a little bit of a learning curve there too. So just talk about the dynamic that exists with the staff you put together.
Well, I thought, I got a little experience now putting staff together. Been around, so I think that helps. And for me personally, this situation was a little different because I had an opportunity to come and watch our guys practice. Every other job that I've taken over, they wasn't going bowling. So our team was going bowling, so I got a chance to evaluate our guys actually playing football, and the way they take coaching and things they do well, they don't do well. And it was very beneficial for me. And it was beneficial because I was able to go out and not necessarily find a guru as a coach, but find the right coaches for our players. And that was really important to me, that I get the right fit with our staff, but more importantly, that I get great mentors for our players. And I felt like they needed that more than anything, is have a great mentor. So I think when you look at our staff, and like you say, you see a lot of guys that's been with me, and I understand who they are and what they're all about, and they understand me and what I'm all about, and know how important it is for me that we take care of our players. And I think when you see the guys that hadn't been with me, I was so impressed when they did interview, and felt like, again, they'll be the right fit for our staff, and they'll be a right fit for our players, and help and mentor those guys to be the men that they want to be.
We're in front of the curtain right now. Can you give us a sneak peek behind the curtain as to a little anecdote or story you can share about your staff as you guys gotten to know each other a little bit better?
Not yet. We haven't had a lot of adversity yet, so not a lot of good.
Come back next year at this time and we'll address that question.
There you go. I will say this, I've been really impressed with our staff. I thought these guys would come together a lot quicker than I thought they would, and I thought during the whole process, and when I hired our guys and got them here, I thought I was able to kill two birds with one stone. And when we went out recruiting, our guys didn't go out and recruit by themselves. They always had another assistant with them, and usually it was an assistant that they didn't know. So I got a chance to get them with someone, and they on the road together traveling. They get to know each other and become a lot closer, and find some good players in the process. So I think that really helped the whole transition, because as the coaches came back off the road and our current players saw us, they saw a staff that was together and mingling together and hanging out quite a bit, and that was pretty cool. And I will say, with our players, the transition and the buy-in from them has been exactly what we wanted to be.
Excellent. Let's talk about the team a little bit, or players individually. When you recruit somebody, when they come to FSU, outside of football, what's the number one goal? What's the most important thing that you want to see accomplished for these guys as they come to school?
Well, they got to qualify. They got to get them there. After that, I think you say it outside of football. One of the most important things has been a good person. I was taught a long time ago to surround yourself with good people, and I've been blessed to do that my entire life. And when recruiting student athletes, I try and continue to do that, is surround myself with good people, and good, hard-working, determined people, highly competitive people. To me and those folks, we get along pretty good. So I like as many of those guys as we can get. So again, all of them can play, and that's why we all recruit them. But who has that drive? Who's motivated to be the very best that they can be, and like I say, more importantly, who's the good dude? You know, we don't want bad dudes around. You know,
We want lots of good dudes. Similar question to what I asked you with the coaching staff. I mean, take us behind the helmet a little bit. What stories can you share about the players as you've gotten to know them?
I think we have a lot of good kids on our football team. I know we have a lot of good football players, but I think they're really good young men that want to do what we want them to do, and some of them have to learn. You know, sometimes we expect things out of kids that we shouldn't if we're honest with ourselves and we remind ourselves where we were at that point and the things that we did. You know, and so it's so important that we teach them. We got to constantly be teaching our kids not just football, but life in general and how to do things. And I think all of our guys they want that, you know. And I mean, I have guys up in the office all the time now, you know, and I always tell them. I mean, when I first got there, it was like hide and go seek. You couldn't find anybody, you know, and now they're coming around, and you know, guys are. They're in the office. You walk down the hall, you see them in the office with their assistant coaches, and that's good to see. Because, like I say, you didn't see that before, and now to have them around is pretty good.
All right, let's. I'm going to ask you about a position group. Which position am I going to start with?
I already know the O-line.
You're reading the script. Actually, it relates to the quarterbacks. Go figure.
Really, this is the first.
It is.
Every other tour I've been on, they asked me about the O-line. Are you kidding me?
Well, I'll phrase it this way, and you can answer however you want.
All right.
You got 3 really good quarterbacks on your roster, so tell us a little bit about what you see in them, or what you want to see, what you need to see in your quarterbacks to lead your offense and your team.
Well, like you said, I think we have 3 pretty good guys at quarterback that can get the job done. I think from a talent standpoint, each one of them can do what we need them to do to run our offense, you know, and we all been blessed to see Francois play. We've been blessed to see James Blackman play, and we got a glimpse of what Bailey can do in the spring game. So they all are capable. They have a lot of talent around them, and the most important thing for me is who can get this football team to play for them. You know, and I say that the team, not just the offense, but the entire football team. I think we all know, and when Florida State had great football teams around here, championship football teams around here, we've had a quarterback that the entire team played for. I mean, if you look back to the national championship years around here, you had a quarterback at that position. Better yet, you had a Heisman Trophy winner at that position. You know, so and I think we all know how hard it is to win the Heisman Trophy winner. So the Heisman Trophy. So our guys have a lot of work to do, and I do think whoever the guy that can get these guys to play for them, and I think a big part of that is throughout the summer and how they come together with these guys. When we find that guy, we're going to have our quarterback.
But the quarterback's only as good as that group in front of him, right?
Well, the quarterback is only as good as the group around them, the O-line, the guys catching the ball, and the guys running the ball too. But yeah, you got to be able to protect him. He can't throw the ball on his back, you know. So we want the opponents to try to do that, but not us. But yeah, our offensive line is. I think our offensive line will be a lot better, you know, and I will say this, I don't think our offensive line was as bad as everyone make it out to be. When you can go 4 years in a row with a 1,000-yard rush, or you're doing something right up front. So I think we can be a lot better at what we do. We got to protect the quarterback. He can't take unnecessary hits, you know, and I think we've seen that quite often, and that makes us say our offensive line is not good, you know, but we got to be smart. Quarterback got to get rid of the ball. You know, we got to protect them. But probably more important, we need to use those running backs back there. We got some pretty good running backs.
You got some really good running backs. You were a student athlete, obviously, coming out of school here, and you went to Western Kentucky. This is the Florida State choir, obviously, that we're talking to right now. But as somebody who was afforded an opportunity with a scholarship, I think sometimes as fans, and I'll put myself in that bucket, you know, we follow somebody during their career and we don't necessarily know what they're doing afterwards. But a scholarship can change the trajectory, not just of an individual, but of an entire family, generations, really.
Oh, absolutely. It's life changing for anyone to get a scholarship, and where their parents don't have to pay for them to go to school. That's life changing. I know it was life changing for me, and to be the first in my family to go to college and graduate from college was huge, because not only I did it, then I have a nephew come behind me, so I inspire someone else in my family to do the exact same thing, and he's doing good things for himself. But to be able to get a scholarship to go off and you hear so many people talk about graduating. It's much bigger than just graduating. Some of the people that you meet and the networking that you're allowed to do. I always tell our players, especially here at Florida State, you get an opportunity to get into a big-time family, and it's on you to take advantage of that, and got to get out and meet the right people, But I would challenge everyone here that's giving back to our university to give a scholarship to one of our student athletes. I would challenge you all to require the university to allow you to at least sit down and talk to our student athletes and hear some of their stories. I mean, I think a lot of you will be impressed with what some of these young men are going through or what they've been through. And I will say this, I think some of the things that some of these young people are going through, I don't think some of us as adults can get through some of the things they're going through, and you'll see how impressive they are for them to be able to go through what they're doing on a personal level and still being able to go to school and take care of their business in the classroom and play at a high level on the football field. I know from afar, that's all we see is just a football player from those guys, but they much more than that, and there's some really good kids and have some really good story. And I think if some of you heard those stories, you probably want to give 2 scholarships to them. But that's it.
I know we're going to take some questions from the audience. I'm not sure if we're using this mic, or Kristen, how we're working that. But as I figure that out, what message would you like to share to this group of Seminole fans and boosters that have been, in many cases, longtime big supporters of the university? In some cases, maybe they haven't been.
What would I share with them? Hey, keep being those. Keep being those. Keep the expectations high. That's what it is. I hear people tell me, "Oh, Coach, you ready for the pressure?" Absolutely. That's what we signed up for. That's why you come to Florida State, to win big, and we're excited for that. But I do know this. We're not going to win like we need to without the support of everyone. We need the passion. We need it to be packed like it is in here, and Doak Campbell need to be that way as well every single Saturday. And the one thing I want to stop here at Florida State University, I want to stop people saying, "Hey, Coach, you got to play people because when you play these little schools, no one shows up." That's a bunch of malarkey. All right? Okay? We're not showing up for the people we're playing. We're showing up to watch the nose play. All right? And we got to do our job, make sure we give them something to watch.
So thank you for your support. Get your season tickets if you don't have them already. I guess we'll take some questions. I didn't see Kristen, but do we have some questions for Coach here? There we go. That makes it a little bit better. We'll start here.
Coach, does it help you out being from Manatee County to recruit in the Tampa Bay area, being from Palmetto, being from Bradenton? I mean, how does that help you? Where do you see the future at as far as recruiting from Florida?
I think it helps because you don't have to train me in the community. I know where to go, so that helps. Again, and just understanding the kind of ball that you get down here. You get some really good football players that love the game of football, and I think that's important when it comes to recruiting. Sometimes you just recruit size and all those things. If they don't love the game, you're not going to get it from them. So, and I think we know, and down here, you're going to find those kind of players that really love football.
Is that a question, or are you just waving? What you got?
Are you going to win more games than Fisher?
Wow. I'm checking, and that wasn't in the script. It's not in the script.
Well, I will say this. Coach Fisher won a lot of ball games, so I got a lot of work to do.
The best advice your mother ever gave you.
Oh, you better make this good.
Treat others like I want to be treated. And it's truly has helped me get to where I'm at now. It's treating other people like I want to be treated.
Nope, we got one right here. I see lots of hands.
Coach, recruiting was kind of, you came in last second. I think you pulled off a minor miracle.
We pulled it off. We had some coaches that like recruiting, and they love being on the road recruiting, but I said this after signing day, and I said it again. It's Florida State. What are we talking about? But you apply that with work, who wouldn't want to come here? So again, that's the expectations around here, and we got to continue to do that. We all know if we got good football players, good things can happen for us.
Got a gentleman right here.
I just want to piggyback on what the young man asked out there. Are you ready to win more games than Jimbo Fisher?
I'm ready to win more games than Bobby Bowden.
Yeah, we need another war chant for that right there. Where's the band? Hey, we got one right here, Coach.
Where did do something come from? Where did that originate?
Honestly,
The question was, where did the
do something come from? Honestly, I had a friend, a high school teammate. That's all he said, no matter what it was. If he was trying to court a female, he would tell her do something. I don't care what it was. But it was something. I mean, he said it so much, and it was something that always stuck out to me. And it was like, you can apply that to everything in life. And you think about it, we live in a do something world. In order to get something, you got to do something. And I just look at myself, my journey, and I never blamed anyone. I never made any excuses for me not being successful. I just worked my tail off, and I try to instill that in our players as well, because they all are capable, but we live in a society where it's easy to make an excuse, or it's easy to blame someone else for us not being successful when really it's on us to do it. And so that's been my motto my entire life, is blaming no one, making no excuses. You got to do something. So I tell our players when they ask me for something, do something. You do something, I'll do something. So it's kind of it.
I'm sure you guys know because you're plugged in, but there's big signage all around the practice fields now that say those axioms. I see a hand back here against the wall. Go ahead.
Being a proud Hurricane, I'd like to know if you have to call on Command again after the USF.
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Will you be talking to Command?
I talked to Coach Canan tonight, and he's here. Coach up there, Coach Canan up there. Greatest high school coach to coach football, right there. Joe Canan, and also Frank Turner, my position coach. And I will say, and I said this before, that's what football is all about, and the friends and the people you meet throughout football and you have the rest of your life is big, and the game of football has been great for me, and to have a high school coach like Joe Canan and Frank Turner was big from a young kid from Palmetto that just wanted to do something. It was great to have great mentors to be able to show you the way, and I'm a big believer that all young people need great mentors, and I was so blessed to have it in Joe Canan and Frank Turner.
Standing in the back here.
My question is, a person was successful in Stanford, he was successful in Western Kentucky, from the Bulls all the way to Oregon. What is your ingredients for
I think one starts back to what my mom taught me is treating others like I want to be treated. I think starting there and like I said earlier, is surrounding yourself with good people. That I've been blessed to be able to do that my entire life, and it's worked out for me. I have great mentors along the way, and I think it's really important that you listen and not think that you know it all. And I've been able to do that and trust in people that I believe in and smarter than I am to help me be there and lean on the people that's done it before. I've been able to do that. And again, I had great mentors. I had great mentors along the way from high school to college. And I think you can have great mentors, and if you don't listen, it doesn't matter. So I was blessed to be able to listen.
Right here.
Those who follow you on Twitter, ring, ring, ring. Yeah, first question for you. We talk about the arms race. All of us all the time, how the UGAs, the Alabamas of the world, they have money until cows come home. Florida State, we're a lot younger of an organization and as alumni base. So I want to talk about the arms race and how important it is for everybody in this room from a booster standpoint to support the team financially so we can keep up in that arms race.
Well, I think we all see that, and if you look around at teams that win a national championship, you see they are the best of the best, and that's what we expect around here, and I hear that a lot about these schools have more money, they've been around and all, and that's fine. And Danny, they always had more money than us, but we found a way to get things done, and I would say we need to continue to find a way. And again, let's not make any excuses for us not finding a way. I don't care how many years they've been around. We're Florida State. We're a family. We'll find a way. We'll come together and make it happen.
How long do you think it'll take to win a national championship?
How long would it take? I think I need to call Coach Saban. It seems like he's the only one doing it. No, I think it's, how long would it take? As long as our players want it to take. I think when our players realize that the way they play is like a gift to their teammates, and they decide they want to win one, and they decide they want to do the things that it takes to win one, we will win one, but we're in a place that we can get it done, and we're in a place that's what we expect around here. So everything we do daily is working towards a national championship, and if we're doing things the right way, there's no reason for us not to be there.
You notice the patience level of the youth of today? We got one question up here about how many wins this one win. Clock's ticking. Other questions here for Coach. Up top, I'm sorry. My eyes haven't even made it there. Go ahead. Yes, sir. Or yes, ma'am. I can't.
Uh-oh. What team am I most excited to play on the schedule? Virginia Tech. It's the first game.
Florida State is an awesome school, and I've been following Florida State for a long time, and I've got to know a lot of great people that is part of the boosters and all that. Frank sit down in the front row. Jill sit down in the front row.
Frank!
And I've been following Florida State ever since Bobby Bowden. And Tony Dungy did a great thing in the NFL. He was the first black coach to win a Super Bowl. You will be the first black coach to win the national championship in the college football. Are you ready for that?
Am I ready for it? Am I ready for it? Absolutely, I'm ready for it. That's what I've been working for. Is I've been looking forward my entire career to get to a position where we can win a national championship, and I look forward to doing that one day. And I will say I've been inspired by Tony Dungy and what he's done. He's been a great mentor for me too along my journey. And again, I'm excited about the challenge and look forward to doing it, but not just because I'm black, but because I am a coach, and I want to be like some of the great coaches that's doing it as well. Yes, ma'am.
Coach, I don't have a question, but I want to thank you for bringing Bobby Bowden back to Florida State.
I thank Coach Bowden for coming back around. You know, that was, to me, that was the right thing to do. And again, I told Coach Bowden, this is your program, buddy. I got a privilege to be able to run it and hopefully continue to make him proud of what he built here.
Well said. We've got time for a couple more. Somebody's pointing over this way. Go ahead, Ernie.
Yeah, mine is not a question, but I've heard you speak to our board in Tallahassee and everybody here tonight. I'm so damn proud that you're our coach.
Appreciate you.
Up top here.
Uh-oh. About our defense. Our defense, our war daddies, huh? Some badasses. You know, I expect for our defense to be Florida State defense, what we all kind of grew to know. You're exactly right. Defense win championships, and I think defense and offenses win championship. You know, you got to score some points in order to do it. But my vision is for our defenses to be back to the days where we're dominant and people was intimidated to play against Florida State football, and we're going to be aggressive.
Got one right here.
Yes, ma'am.
Frank, what you got?
Coach, you were quoted in the paper, and I know it's a passion of yours and your wife's to give back to the community. And I know, speaking for the Manatee Seminole Club, and I know for the Sarasota Seminole Club too, our main goal is to raise scholarships for students, not just student athletes, but students to go to Florida State University. Talk about that passion. We want to support that.
Yeah. My passion for giving back to the community, I think that's really important. Again, growing up, you have people give back and inspire us to do great things. And again, I'm in a position now where I can do that and inspire other people to do well. I know there's a lot of young people out there just like I was, and to be able to come back and be seen and be in front of them, and again, you probably won't get them all, but if you can get one or two or three or however many you can, it's great. And I know for myself and my wife, we're in the process of trying to figure out exactly what it is we want to do, and I want to make sure whatever I do for my community back here in Manatee County, it's going to be effective and it's going to be done right, and we're going to make a difference in somebody's life.
Coach, I played at Florida State in the mid to late 70s. We're in the Coach Bowden taught us a lot quick, very fast, and we were being winners. And when we look at Florida State and knowing football, we see a tight football team on that field. We have for the last couple of years. We look at the recruiting classes over the last 5 or 6 years, we've been in the top 3 to 4. And these athletes are there. I know you got some toys to play with. What's your plan to loosen these guys up and let them go? Great.
I think you probably heard me say it the first day, lethal simplicity.
Yes, sir.
You know, just let them play football. You know, they know how to play football. That's why we all recruited them, you know, but we got to allow them to play football like they can play. Our kids have a lot on their plate. You know, they got to go to class. They have science. They have chemistry. You know, we can't make this AP football. You know, we got to keep it simple and let them go and be the athletes that we recruited here and that they're capable of. But also we're gonna have fun. You know, we can't forget that it is a game. You got to have fun, but it's important that we understand again the standard at Florida State University, and we can live up to that standard and also have fun doing it as well.
You're going to put these guys out in space and just let him go.
Check us out this fall.
We got time for one more. I see folks standing in the
How
back.
about two more? We're back home. We can get at least two
Hey,
more.
it's your show. I'll sit here all night. But next time you come home, we may need to book a couple nights. Right back here.
Former player, Coach Kinnair, what part of his game do you teach the kids today?
Being a former player of Coach Kinnair, what kind of game do I teach the kids today?
Be prepared.
Yeah, be prepared. There's so many. I'm trying to find the right one. You know, I think playing for Coach Kinnair, and I know myself, I learned how to win. You know, played the game and I knew how to play football and compete. But Coach Kinnair taught us how to win. It was a winning program. It was a place that you always wanted to be. You know, but the one thing I got out of playing football at Manatee High School is that you had to be highly, highly competitive. If you wasn't a highly competitive person, you couldn't stand to play football at Manatee High School. And someone said if you weren't a highly competitive person, you had to go to Southeast. But that's what they said. I didn't say that. And no, but that's something. Don't bring up Peter Ward. We're on the same team now. But yeah, we're on the same team now. So, but I learned that at a young age of playing at Manatee High School and being able to be a part of that everywhere I've been. And to me, that's one of the keys to success is making it highly competitive, and everybody on the team got to understand that their job can be taken. And I know as a coach, I told our guys from day one, my job is to go out and recruit guys to come take your jobs. You know, and it's on you to keep your job. So we're going to make sure that we keep it highly competitive, and all it's going to do is make every individual that much better.
All right, I don't think it's Pete, but we've got a question up top here in the middle.
Coach, really excited to have you here. I love that you love our tradition. And with that being said, not to try to be funny, but if you have somebody's ear at Nike, if you could get back Florida, Notre Dame, you don't change your uniforms, and Florida State should have to change your uniform, do you? I miss them. Let's go back to the regular uniform.
Was there somebody else yelling at us up top here, over here?
99, I was a freshman, and I got to see that man tear up a football field. Talk about the pass game and pass defense.
Yeah. You say 1999?
Freshman year 99, I watched that man run over all that field. He run the wrong way.
I've been seeing him doing that since Little League with the Broncos. He's been doing that all his life. And I think that's something that needs to change with our football program, and I challenge our receivers. You know, it's been a while since we had a first-round receiver at Florida State. That's not supposed to happen. You know, we kept great receivers at Florida State, and I think we have some guys there now that had a potential to be really, really, really good and get us back to those days. We're still looking for that next Peter Ward. You know, I think everybody's looking for that guy. You know, but we have to do that, and I challenge our guys. I was really shocked when I came to Florida State and realized that Fred Biletnikoff played at Florida State University, and we have not had one receiver win that award. We got to do something and get it. Peter should have had it. They cheated him. I'm with there, Pete.
All right, as we finish up, he's directing traffic. Go ahead.
So, first of all, you mentioned earlier you're really happy to be back home here in Manatee County. Sarasota County is also your home, by the way. So.
Well, I consider the entire 941 home, baby.
To get you more excited for the upcoming season, can you just single out a couple of players you're really excited about that you see in practice when you get?
I really hate singling out players because I'll miss some guys, and I will say this: as an entire football team, we've gotten a lot better. You heard someone else said earlier that we have some talent on this football team, and we do. And it's our job as coaches to bring the best out of those guys. And I think if we do, we're going to get the results that we all want out of this football team. But you saw a little glimpse of spring game, and we really didn't show anything in that. But you can see where guys are going to be pretty successful in some of the things we do. But I'm excited about all of them, and really fired up about coaching them all. Can't wait to training camp. Then again, yes, I can. I'm gonna stay in the moment. Stay in the moment here. We're gonna have a great summer, and get ready for training camp. But a lot of guys have been really working hard and getting better, and it's because they want to get better, and that's what's exciting as a coach, is to have guys that want to get better, that's showing up and want to work, and you don't have to pull teeth to get those guys to do it. So, right on course. Is that it?
Ladies and gentlemen, how about 941's own Coach Willie Taggart?
I'd like to say thank you to everyone here. Appreciate all your support. Have a great rest of the night if you want to, and go Noles. Mom. See you later, Mama. Love you, Mama. Love you, sister. Love you too, sis. Love you all. Love all my family. I love my entire Knoll family.
Hey,